What is going on, everybody? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Right over there is Jeff Jacklich, and I've only been drinking pure tonic water. So, anyway, I don't know what got into me, guys. Maybe it's mid-afternoon here. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess I'm coming back up off of the downward dip of the biorhythms. I'm now coming back up here.
Back up.
So,
and the tonic water apparently is doing the trick.
Bumshki. Guys, hope you're having a great day so far. Another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. Jeff, again, doesn't know what's coming at him today, but he might have a little inkling. He might have a slight little inkling. But you know what? This game of tennis is not a beauty contest. There, I said it. Horror. I know. So, guys, hang in there with us today, because in this episode, we're going to hopefully get you dealing with reality better than theory. So the big question is this: how are tennis players like us who never played in the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Brent Abel, and along with my biz partner, Jeff Jacklich, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting. Jeffrey, what is going on, man? What's up? Would you please save me from myself?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck with that, right? I need one of those old vaudeville the sheep herding staff, right, with the big hook on it, right? I need to come in there and grab you by the thing and just yank you off the stage.
Yeah, right. Right. Hook, line, and sinker. All right. Get him out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're up there in Northern California still.
Yep. Still. Yep. And yeah. And got some time on the court. Now it would be yesterday for this episode with a couple of our gold ballers.
Yeah.
And with Rich, we did some platform work today, posture and platform. Get them straightened out.
Which is what we talked about the last couple of episodes, or a couple of episodes ago. And
part today, just in the warm up, hitting short court, I had to kind of get on him a little bit, because we're just hitting short court, and as I would hit some balls into his forehand side, he would do the old just one step lean over, and I said, what are you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Stowe.
Is that the way you want to train?
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking for here?
Right. No, Stowe would say, "There's the gate, Mr. Crinks. Sayonara.
See ya."
Yeah.
So that was right. So right at the beginning. So when I have my the players I'm coaching, it doesn't start after the warm up. It starts before we actually hit a ball.
That's
and then
great.
We start to warm up short court. I'm looking to see, like, what are they training? What are they not paying attention to that's actually valuable? And in the short court warm up, the value there is that you can't expect yourself to have feel in hitting a ball short into the court in front of you unless you've actually paid attention to what that feels like when you're warming up, because you don't practice it any other time. So when you're doing your short court warm up, don't just sit there and yap and talk about what you had for dinner last night. This is actually, you got 5 to 10 minutes of actually focused effort in learning how to feel a ball short into the hitting these shorter targets.
The only way I can do that is to get my feet so active that every ball, no matter how slow it is coming in,
right,
where I could stand there and just ho-hum and talk about the 49ers game, big deal,
right,
and not even look at the ball and not move my feet. I mean, again, I was serious. Mr. Stowe would go, "Get out of here. Go on.
See ya.
Just go."
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about, I've got to get the feet moving so the incoming ball is always off to my right or off to my left. And there's never, I mean, the balls theoretically are coming slow enough that the balls hit right at you.
Right.
You don't sit there and just kind of dink it away. You got to get your
Right.
feet moving and tell your brain, this is what I have to do back on the baseline. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is what I have to do when I play an approach shot. Oh, wait a minute. This is what I have to do when I hit a volley. So,
Yeah,
well,
it's
that's
a
good.
critical, valuable time with the ball in your strings. The other thing I ask my players to do is, as we warm up, I always ask them, there's 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, where we hit nothing but slices, nothing but cutting the ball. I shouldn't say slice, cutting the ball, because I like to see a little bit of arc on it so the ball hits and checks up a little bit while we're hitting the short court off both sides. Because again, that's the nature of the beast. You've hit a ball and all of a sudden you've got this shorter ball in the court, and the opportunity right then is to hit the dropper. And there's technique to it. You've got to figure out your personal brand of drop shot, how you deliver that. And so I have my students every time we warm up, 3-4 minutes of just hitting some little cuts to the specific targets in the short court.
Well, look,
You
before we hit recording, we were actually talking a little bit about the slice approach, the backhand slice approach. And so I got a guy who I practice with a lot who I'm not, it happens frequently in the backhand, but it always happens in the forehand where he gets a short ball and the whole thinking is, I'm going to come in and I got to figure out a way to top this. So I get it up and down. And every time he does it, he gets it up and down, and then the ball sits up. And then, for me, the passing options are like, well, let's see. My only challenge is don't consider every one of the 17 possibilities.
Right. It's like an old Chinese restaurant menu. One from column A, one from column B, one from column C. Okay,
right,
great.
That's right. Yeah. And so, and I've tried to help him, just going, look, why don't you just slide that thing? Because first of all, you don't have to worry about up and down when you come in and slide it. You can play it more on a direct line towards the spot you want to land over there. And guess what? The ball just doesn't stop and sit up. It actually moves through the bounce and stays down low. Now all of a sudden, my 17 is down to maybe like, oh my God, there's only one thing I could possibly do here, and that's not a great shot choice. Well, all that to me gets back to dealing with reality as opposed to theory. And like I said in the very beginning here, this game is not a beauty contest. I mean, I think there's so much garbage out there, high beat garbage about, hey, I'm going to show you how to get a forehand approach weapon, and we're going to get it up and down and whoa. And I just want to, put a finger down my throat and just go find the nearest, and just go, what's the point? I mean, so anyway, I think there's way too much of a thought of things have to look a certain way. I've got to hit the ball a certain way, and it can't be. It just seems to always be that it's not the way that actually wins gold balls.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm going, well, okay, so you want to teach me this thing, but that thing is not what I just saw the last 2 weeks with the top guys in the country. I didn't ever see that one time.
Right.
I didn't ever see that forehand approach where they snapped it up and down on the forehand. Never once. There, I said it.
Right.
I know.
Well,
so
I
anyway,
think, I mean, total disclaimer, last week, and I think I mentioned it in a following episode after we did the, because I at the Nationals admission 2 weeks ago, Mark Vines, beat Federally in the finals, and I warmed Mark up for that match, and he said, Jeff, you said something in the episode yesterday that said, I hadn't hit a topspin backhand during the whole match, and actually, I need to correct you. I hit 3.
That's right.
Okay,
Right.
so
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
I'll circle back on that and have it printed in the local paper that as a retraction.
I just,
Right.
because you were
And he was laughing about it though, because he knows very well that he hit 3
yeah. Well, look, I mean, and he will hit it when it's absolutely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
If he only hit 3 of them, then that's a pretty small percentage of what's going on in his match. And by the way, when he was here at the National Grass Courts, I'm not talking about the Crable Masters, which just finished yesterday. The guy was just in fuego, right? And so if this guy's on fire and he's beating the crap out of everybody, and he beat Federley, I think you warmed him up for that match, didn't you, for the finals?
Yeah, for the finals last week, 2 weeks ago, or whatever.
Yeah, so
it was.
he beat Mike. What was it, 1-2?
2-1, I think.
2-1.
I think it was the other way.
In the
Yeah,
finals.
2-1.
Mike Federley's,
he's okay.
He's
25 gold balls or more than that now. I don't know, 30.
I'm sure he lost count at some point. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the real deal. And if Mark Vines is talking about in the match before in the semis, I hit 3 toppers, and he's beating the crap out of everybody, then what does that tell us? It just tells us that hitting, a standard topspin ball, whether it's forehand or backhand, and certainly on an approach shot, I'm thinking, well, I got to top this mother, and I got to get it up and down, and I got to make sure it doesn't sit. Might be one thing to get it up, okay? It's another thing to actually bring it down, and then have it not sit. I move through the bounce.
Right.
Chances are 0 that you're going to be able to make that happen on a regular basis. Yeah. So I just, again, it's not a beauty contest, and like this guy that I practice with a lot, he just feels like he has to do that to compete, and I just go, look,
right,
just chunk it over there, just do it.
Yeah.
And watch these guys. Watch these guys this week and see if they try to get up and down and penetrate through the bounce on that forehand or the backhand for sure.
Right.
So anyway, that's my little rant for.
Yeah, actually, well, I had that conversation with Rich yesterday about exactly that. About I appreciate the fact that you want to hit a topspin ball here, but do you realize that if you're on the baseline, okay, you have 78 feet to work with, but it's an approach. So now you only have 60 feet to work with. And we're going over the highest part of the net. So the geometry starts to change, and the dynamic of how much spin you need to put on the ball if you want to hit it at a certain pace. All these variables come into play much more heightened than normal. So we had that little breakdown there in the discussion, so he understood exactly what the risk reward, the payoff, and the reward and the risk is just it's.
Well, let me ask you this, Jeff. If you're thinking about a topper approach, up, down, and move through the bounce, is there any chance that if someone's playing that shot, and I can see the swing shape, I can see that, okay, well, he's going to try to get it up and down and blah, blah, blah. Is there any chance that they could ever drop shot that approach?
Not on that, not when they set up.
Yeah, none. So any disguise is just off the table.
No.
So I can sort of, I don't have to cover but a really tiny part of the court.
Right.
And the only thing I have to go, well, God, is he maybe going to stupidly go cross court with this thing? Maybe. Because if he does, I get the ball and he's stuck over there. So he's probably not going to do that. But God, he's trying to top this thing. So I know a dropper's not. Hey, look, I played with my buddy Ronnie today. And I think I mentioned that in the last episode. But one of the things he said after a while is he goes, you know what? I always have to consider with my slice backhand that you're going to play a dropper. I always have to do that. And it just seems like every time it looks like it's coming, I take a step in and you don't do anything great, but now you slide it back deep and I'm just scrambling, trying to get back out of the way. And so to me, it's not a beauty contest also means that disguise is really a great strategy, a great tactic that most players don't even consider.
No.
And the reason they don't consider is because they can't, from the same look, hit two different shots.
Right. And that's the key to the great disguise, is that what else do you deliver out of that setup? You know, and have you laid the groundwork that this is what I do out of this setup, but they don't know that you're just perfectly comfortable out of that same setup delivering, you know, a dropper.
Well, and I'm trying to set them up. I mean, I'm trying to show
Right.
them. Like a lot of the stuff I do out there, and you do the same thing too, is I'm not actually hitting a ball with a finite purpose that I don't want this thing to come back right now at this particular point in the match. Could be that I've got a guy I've never played before. In the first 4 games, I'm showing him some stuff that I'm not going to, you know, maybe there's something I'm kind of holding back for, like,
Right.
you know, the end of the set. All of a sudden,
Right.
he's been conditioned. I've conditioned this guy into thinking,
Right.
oh boy, that's the slice backhand look, which, by the way, is, you know, apparently theoretically not beautiful, right? It's not a up and down topper that, whoa, oh boy.
You actually win matches hitting mostly slice backhand?
Stop it. Stop that look. Yes.
Okay, if anybody listening is just as baffled by that statement as I am, just leave a comment below that Brent wins gold balls by hitting mostly slice backhands. Okay. Oh, I think I just revealed his secret.
Darn it. Darn it.
Darn it.
But the point is that, yeah, it's not a beauty contest. It's not trying to look like some Wawrinka out there. I mean, guys who go, you know, hey man, I'm trying to, you know, I've that Wawrinka setup. I'm going, okay. I mean, we're talking about one of the most extreme backhand setups in the history of the game. Look, the guy's been doing it since he was, you know, knee high to
barrel chested.
Yes.
Shoulder. I mean, the guy.
And you know, it's a beautiful look. And actually, I've tried it a few times, and it reminds me of when I used to hit baseballs. I mean, the whole setup is it's just like, and I looked at my hand and I go, God, that's what Stan does. You know,
right.
I mean, the guy would have been a great hitter.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like disguise is a tactic that you can't use if you're thinking about. I mean, look, how many times, Jeff, do we play an approach shot up the line, slice, and then the third one you make it look the same, and you play a dropper approach shot? Wait a minute, what? Why would I want to bring the guy in if I'm playing the approach? Why would I want to bring him in? That doesn't compute.
Right. Doesn't make sense.
I know.
Why does Federer keep hitting that short little chip backhand return?
Huh. And then he follows it in.
Yeah.
Baffling.
Or he just like hits that little cut, and he invites the guy in on his terms, then he just passes him on the next ball.
Huh. The thinker. Anyway, so I don't know if we made any points at all today.
I have no idea if we made any kind of sense today, but
anyway, just feel like ranting a little bit. Guys, free coaching call. You know, maybe you want to get in the free coaching call just saying, you know, episode number 331 is the most confusing thing I've ever heard. Can we kind of do a little one-on-one to help me through it?
Can we unpack that a little more?
That's right. So guys, we're offering a free 10 to 12, 15-minute coaching call, private. It's on us, no charge, on the house. Why wouldn't you take us up on it? I don't know. I mean, it's not a disguise thing. We're not all of a sudden going to put you on a live call where it's blasted out to the interwebs. Anyway, if you want to get in that call, you're brave. But seriously, no, we want to help you figure out that one thing in your game right now that we'll get that figured out, put you in the path to help you solve that. Might start getting that result you want, singles or doubles.
Right. Could happen.
More of a winning result. Go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button there. you get access to our online calendar scheduler. Cherry pick a date and time that works best for your schedule. By the way, we've got the Wilson World Tennis Classic coming up.
Yep.
In January, third week in January here in the desert Palm Springs area. It's a great tournament. I mean, I've seen as many as like 750 players before. It's just, and it's at a new site this year with a great guy who's running it, the pro Kyron Evans, who is the guy over at the Shadow Mountain Tennis Club. Great guy, Aussie. The guy's got to be great. He's from Australia. How can he not be great? Anyway, it's his first year, and we want to encourage you guys, if you're on the fence about coming to the desert to play a tournament, we want to push you over the fence, and this would be a great tournament to play the Wilson, because I know that, first of all, Kyron will do a great job with it, and it's going to be a high-quality event. So if you're thinking about that, we got something that we want to offer you, which is a one-day pre-tournament training workshop. Number one, really to sort of help you discover what is it that you really do well. It's just kind of instinctive. It's natural for you. Okay, again, it may not be a beauty contest, may not look like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I don't know. You keep winning points on that thing that you do.
Yeah.
Why don't we figure out a way to get you into that situation a whole lot more often, so you do more than just win a lot of points. You start winning a lot more sets, a lot more matches. And the next thing you know is you're going, Brent, Jeff, I'm in the finals, man. What do I do now? Just keep doing that thing, man.
Keep doing it.
Just keep doing it. So what are the dates on that, Jeff? You mentioned that yesterday. That we're thinking about doing Thursday, Friday.
I think, or no, we're
14th and 15th? Was
Thursday, Friday, 16 and 17.
16 and 17 of January. And it's a one-day workshop. You
maximum 8 players. Brent
courts.
and I both there on court.
Right.
2 courts, 8 players. Lunch. The whole
we go 3 hours in the morning. We have about a 90-minute working lunch. A lot of video work, and then we're going to play for a couple hours in the afternoon. But you know what? If you got some interest in that, shoot us an email, because we got to make sure that we've got 8 guys and or gals who are at the same skill level, right? So we're not going to be mixing up skill levels in this. So you got to apply for this thing. Just shoot us an email. Let us know at goldballhunting.com that you're interested. Or if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can leave something in the comments area, or you can message us as well. You can also send me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and just let me know of your interest of that. We got 2 days, the Thursday, Friday. We're not quite sure which skill levels will be on which day, so let us know. At goldballhunting.com. All right, Jeffrey, what do we want the fine folks to do immediately, if not sooner?
Like us, share us, please subscribe, then let us know what day you want to come. iTunes and Stitcher, rate and review. Goldballhunting.com. No theory, boots on the ground experience. Really.
What did you say there were a couple episodes ago, you're saying this is the truth something?
Truth Factory.
The Truth Factory. There you go. Okay, that's a good one. That's good. All right, guys, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff, we'll do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Okay.